did you know that Main Street Nashville is live? With the Main Street Nashville e-edition, you can read online in its true printed format from anywhere in the whole world. It's all packaged in an easy-to-use digital format that puts you back in control. Main Street Nashville is a simple new way to interact with and consume news. Access the full e-edition of Main Street Nashville on your computer, tablet, or smartphone, and read whenever and wherever you want. All you have to do is subscribe by visiting mainstreetnash.com and clicking the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It's so easy. Joe Yeager. Joanna, where you from, girl? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so excited about your new project. Your new single it just came out at midnight, right?
Yes. So, well, yesterday it came out. What's today? Tuesday. Yeah. So it came out on the 29th. Yeah. Yeah. What's today? I don't know.
I know that we're all going through that.
Yeah.
But you had an idea for a song. And first of all, we got to say hello to Ken Harrell. You sang on a writer's night with him at Gigi's Kitchen.
Yeah.
So, and he called me. He said, "There's this girl. You got to meet her. She's so good. She just sings. She's just incredible." I said, "I know her."
I know. It's such a small town. Nashville honestly blows my mind.
You know, I said, she's the only girl who ever came on my show at WSM and brought a choir with her. You don't do things little.
Oh, choir. It was so much. That was honestly so much fun. And you were the biggest trooper for inviting and letting an entire choir come onto your show.
Can I share some of your social media presence up to the release of your record?
Yeah, please.
Okay, first of all, this song is very special, but you kind of get the idea for the song, and we're going to go through that little trilogy. You did it in several parts on social media.
So I'm calling my family. What is one word that you would use to describe me the most? It's your fault. Who am I most like in the family?
I think there are several parts of you from several people.
I love that. What shape is my heart?
The shape is your heart.
Yeah, what shape is my heart? You shape, exactly. Well done. It's your fault. I'm like this, rough around the edges. One track mind, outspoken. I've got good intentions, but I know exactly why I don't know when to quit. right there.
Just had a moment. That just got me. Oh my gosh. That was for your dad's 70th birthday, correct?
Yeah, yes, it was. So I couldn't make it home for his birthday. And there's a whole other story. We've had quite the year in my family, and I think that it's been just a long year for everybody, and my family was not exempt from that whatsoever. And the song was actually birthed out of sitting at my parents' on my parents' couch. I got a phone call in November, and my mom told me to come home, and my dad was really sick. And my first response was, well, am I going to make it? And she couldn't give me an honest answer. And in between crying and honestly, I guess more or less just being honest, yelling at God, one of the things that came out of my mouth was like, God, I haven't even written him a song yet. And here I am in Nashville, full-time musician, full-time songwriter. And I was like, I haven't even written him a song yet. And I was sitting on my parents' couch with him in the other room and not really knowing what was going to happen. And the idea popped in my brain when I was just sitting there, and it made me realize of so many people say that, oh, this person left a hole in my heart. And for whatever reason that popped in my head. And I was like, well, I'm not going to have a hole. It's going to be more like a U. And so I kind of tucked that away, and by a miracle and literally God's grace, he is with us today. And he celebrated his 70th birthday in January, and I couldn't make it home. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm going to write him a song. And
amen.
Birthday present.
A beautiful birthday present. And it doesn't even have to be family member. I think about how many parents would love to sing that to their children these days.
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that. I think that the most beautiful thing about music is that you can insert yourself into any situation. And I believe in the power of music and the power of words. And when I write, I try to write from a perspective of, I know where I'm coming from, but I feel like I've done slightly my job if somebody can insert themselves and put their own memory into it.
You just hit on the thing when I do songwriting seminars or I do counseling about songs, and it is counseling. It is counseling. I always say, write so specifically to you that when someone else hears it, they think you've read their mail.
Yeah.
And that I give that advice to everybody. And so it's very difficult to be that vulnerable sometimes, but every great song pretty much comes from something so real and so powerfully personal that it literally does sing everyone else's song.
Yeah, no, I think that that's the cool thing about songwriting is it does, you do put your own details, but by putting your own details, it allows somebody else to think of their own. And I think that is, I don't know, I just think it's that's the point of music, is to be able to help people and let people relate. Yep, that is the magic of music. It's so powerful. So that's the best.
Well, tell us what's coming up for you. Where can people see you live? Because what we saw was not your single. That was just you singing with a guitar.
Oh,
not everybody can do that, girl. Not everybody can do that.
So embarrassing. I think I posted that like right after I wrote it, or for his, like on his birthday. And so I've sat with the song longer now. I've like recorded it and I'm like, oh no. There's so many things I would have done different in that video, but it's honestly right now where I've been just tucked away writing, and so I haven't released. This is my first single in 3 years, and it's been what, three years since I was on your show. So first of all, thank you for having me back. This is
of course,
but this release was very, very personal just because it was such a personal song. And then on top of it, I keep saying that it's more of a reintroduction of myself back into releasing music and back into this industry, because I've been tucked away writing for so long. And I have all of these song babies that I'm like, I literally can't wait to share with the world. So hopefully right now, I'm in the middle of booking shows just around town, just to keep my vocal cords going, and then just starting to book and put music out there, but everything can be found on my website or through my socials. I post pretty much everything on my social media, and yeah.
Well, I encourage everybody to follow you on social media. It's
Thank you.
probably Joe.
Yeah.
J-O. It's probably Joe. Don't just do probably Joe because that's somebody else. Don't ask me how I know. It's probably Joe. Very important. It's
Exactly. Don't have to be. Just it's probably Joe.
That's it. Joanna Yeager, thank you so much for your time today. I so appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Take care.
Mine. Bye.
And I think about that song. I tell you who would have loved that song, and that is Joe Diffie. Joe Diffie passed away from COVID last year, yesterday. And a lot of people are posting. If you go to the podcast of Main Street Today, the audio tribute to him includes Joe Diffie. We miss him every day. And he really would have loved that song. I bet he would have just said, Joe, can I cut that song too? A beautiful, beautiful story from Joe. Spring has sprung, and what better to do on a Saturday during Easter weekend than participate in Goat Yoga. Goat Yoga Nashville has classes in April on the farm, so you can join them and enjoy the beautiful spring scenery and, most of all, the most joyful yoga class that you can ever have with sweet little baby goats. Yep, the babies are here. There are yoga mats that are free of charge to use, but if you'd like to bring your own, you're more than welcome. All ages are welcome too, although goat yoga might not be suitable for the smaller kids under the age of 8. They're still more than welcome to attend and participate. Adults are responsible for the children they bring, and you must supervise and watch your younger children and all children at all times. Okay, now here's the deal. All guests have to participate at their own risk, and you are required to sign a liability waiver before you participate. Bring your own towel, water, bug spray, sunscreen, anything that you think you will need. But the class is fun, and it's held outside in a grassy area. And remember, little goaty hooves can be sharp at times, so wear a t-shirt. That's what's recommended if you'd like to find a little bit about Goat Yoga Nashville. There are a lot of the classes that have already been sold out for Saturday, but you can contact goatyoganashville.com. Tickets are available through Eventbrite. Goat Yoga Nashville, what better way to celebrate spring?
Like Stuart or Kevin. He was born today, so.
We're going to head over to Ann D. Jones, who is part of the Hermitage, an incredible, incredible place. And if you have not toured the Hermitage, I took some people last spring, Ann, and I tell you what, it was the most incredible tour. You have a really good thing going over there.
We do have a good thing going, and I'm so glad you said that, Devin. It's a really not just fantastic place to visit, but I have to say it's a fantastic place to work as well. I have the most beautiful drive into the property where turkeys and deer and all kinds of animals welcome me. You are showing some photos of our lovely garden, which looks fantastic right now. Springtime is one of my favorite times on the property. One of my favorite things to tell people right now is, I don't know how many people know this. We have just over 1,100 acres. The Hermitage comprises 1,120 acres. And so when you purchase a ticket to come visit us, you get access to that 1,100 acres. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to come and take a tour and learn about some history and keep your distance from people. It's really works well in our benefit, I think.
I love it. And it's a perfect place for a picnic. If you buy a ticket and you can get lunch right there. The chicken salad, I'm on vouch for that I got when I was there, because you have a wonderful restaurant there. The good old fashioned tour, and you find out all about that incredible wallpaper. That stuff didn't just happen, y'all. It is a big thing, but I'm not going to give you the story. You got to take the tour. But here is the other kind of tour that you can take. Let's talk about the carriage tours that you have.
Yeah, our wagon rides, we actually just started them back. So really excited to have the wagon rides back. The wagon rides take visitors to the field quarters where the enslaved lived and worked. And it tells you that story of behind the mansion. Very important piece of the story, something we are very upfront about. And so, not only do you learn about that, but you get to take a ride on this old-fashioned wagon. So you hit on the tour through the mansion. That's our general's tour. Obviously, we have the wagon tours. We have a grounds pass now, too. When the site reopened last summer, we opened with just a grounds pass, which we're really excited to do, and we've needed it for a while. So for anybody that maybe just wants to come and walk the grounds, get a picnic, walk your dog, you can purchase a grounds pass. And that ticket also includes access to listen to our audio tour. So as you're walking around the property, you see those historical markers with a number on them, and you can click that in here. What it is that you are looking at. We have some specialty tours too that we offer throughout the day. A VIP tour, which is completely led by an interpreter. So it's about an hour and a half experience. And then we have another tour called In Their Footsteps, which does highlight the lives of those that we know that lived and worked in the mansion. So the wagon tour takes you to stories of the enslaved that work in the field quarters. The In Their Footsteps is more about the slaves that were in the house and keeping the house up and running.
Well, I know that there are a lot of people who have been homeschooling their children this year, sometimes for the first time, and they're looking for enrichment. I love what the Hermitage also did to have homeschool days, and you invite children to be part of an educational experience, an interactive experience for kids. That's so important.
We sure do. Our education team does an amazing job of offering all sorts of opportunities for students of all ages. You can be an adult and come to some of the opportunities that we have. The last homeschool day we did was earlier this month. It was actually on St. Patrick's Day. And we talked about the Irish, Scottish descent of Jackson and kind of dived a little deeper into that. But yeah, we've got all sorts of resources on our website that you can access for free.
Well, I want to tell people about, speaking of resources, Natchez Hills Winery is a wonderful resource. And now you can go for a very affordable wine tasting event. You guys, I couldn't believe, I said the wine tasting start at only $6. I could not believe that.
They do. And Natchez Hills is an amazing Middle Tennessee vineyard. We are so excited to partner with them. And now you can come in and do a wine tasting without purchasing a ticket. But if you decide to tour the Hermitage, you also get a wine tasting with every ticket that you purchase. So that is an exciting addition to what we are able to offer our visitors. Yeah, and you can get a bottle of wine. How fun would this be? Get a bottle of wine, bring a picnic out, and just sprawl out on any of our 1,100 acres and enjoy the day.
Ah, it's just lovely. Well, here's the day that is coming up on May 19th. Let's talk a little bit about the 120th spring outing. Is this going to get to happen this year in May?
Happening. We are not, unfortunately, going to be able to gather all together under a tent on the front lawn of the mansion like we are used to. We are doing spring outing, though, virtually this year, which means if you wouldn't be able to come out for lunch on the front lawn of the mansion on a Wednesday, but you can sit in front of your computer, you can join us this year. We have Clifton Truman Daniel, who is the oldest grandson of President Harry S. Truman, who's our keynote speaker. And he is going to be talking about what it's like to have a president in the family tree. And I've had the opportunity to sit down with Clifton a few times and hear some of his story, and it really is extremely interesting. You don't really think about probably what children or grandchildren of presidents go through, but he has some interesting stories to tell.
You know, I got to tour the Truman home, and, I didn't know Truman as being alive and when he was president, and neither did you. Harry Truman did. What an interesting cat he was. I mean, I'm telling you, it's really fantastic. And I would love to hear from a family member that can talk about what that was like.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him to be able to share that story. One thing I will say is he didn't realize who his grandfather was. I think he was in elementary school, and somebody at school said, "Hey, your grandfather was the president," and he went home and asked his mom about it. So I don't think it was necessarily something that was just at the forefront of, what he knew growing up.
Trivia, Presidential Trivia Night at the Hermitage. What is this all about?
So we have held trivia night twice in our tasting room, Natchez Hills Winery at Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. And we have had such fun asking all sorts of questions about presidents, American history, it's been really fun. So we had our last one last Thursday, and it was sold out. It was a lot of fun. We have really great prizes too. So we probably will be reprising that one and bringing it back in the next several weeks.
How many years does it go back?
Well, the mansion is actually celebrating its 200th anniversary this fall. So 200 years ago, the Jacksons moved into the Hermitage.
You know, now I want people to really wrap around what this means. To keep a home up. Now, I know if you leave a home empty for a year, it starts falling apart all by itself. And it takes a lot to bring it to the forefront and to keep it up to date and have all these people walk through it on a daily basis. A lot of wear and tear. Let's talk about this $25,000 challenge.
Yeah, so every ticket purchased, a portion of that does go to our preservation efforts. As you said, Devin, we have lots of people in and throughout the mansion and our historical grounds as well that we have to keep up. And with everything that happened in the last year and the site being forced to close for, 3 months, a lot of our revenue did not get met. And so like a lot of businesses and nonprofits in the last year, we had some huge needs that needed to be met financially. And so we have had a lot of people step up to our Weathering the Storm campaign and give some money to help us be able to continue our preservation efforts, as well as all of the education opportunities that we offer as well. All of that takes some money to do. Our team does a fantastic job of just the everyday things maintaining that you have to do on a home. But there are some bigger things that are needed, and money is needed in order for us to keep this national treasure looking like it did when the Jacksons lived there.
You know, there are a lot of people who are looking at wedding venues right now. Now there's a beautiful picture on your website. I don't have it up, but there's a gorgeous wedding taking place at the Hermitage.
It is a wedding venue. We have several buildings on property that are available for weddings, including any of our grounds. The garden is a great backdrop for a wedding. But we have the historic Hermitage Church, which a lot of people don't know. We have a church on our property, but we do. Jackson
I
built
didn't know
it.
that.
Yeah. If you're heading on Lebanon Road, it's across the street from the Hermitage, like proper. So there's a church, and then Tulip Grove Mansion is over there. So both the church and Tulip Grove Mansion are our two most popular wedding venues. And then we also have a rustic cabin that is really great for hosting any sort of private event as well. But like I said, if you can dream it on 1,100 acres, we can make it happen.
Oh, I love it. Well, how did they get in touch with you and find out more information? I will tell you, the Facebook page is rich. The beautiful work that you do with the historic videos on that Facebook page are fantastic.
Thank you. The videos are something we took on about a year ago. We decided, okay, we're closed. People still have an interest and still have a need for learning about American history, presidential history. And so I went out with my phone and I shot a lot of videos with our team, and it was great. So like you said, all of that information is available on our website, which is thehermitage.com. You can also follow us on any of the social platforms. We're Seventh President on any of them, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you have. And Devin, I have to say before we go, we were talking about wine. We have a fantastic event happening less than a month. It's April 29th. It's called Sip of History, and it is an evening of wine and whiskey tastings on the property of the mansion. So you get after hours access to the grounds. Natchez Hills will be there serving up some wine. We have really great folks from Big Machine Distillery that will be there with vodka and whiskey drinks, food truck, live music. It's really a fun event. So tickets for that are on sale now. And if you are interested, we would love to see you.
Where can they get tickets?
That's on the website as well, thehermitage.com. It should be on the homepage right now too, a big Sip of History banner. So make sure you click on that to learn more about what we're doing. It's going to be a Kentucky Derby theme too, because the Derby is just a few days after that. And if you got a big hat and some Derby wear, I encourage you to wear it because you could go home with a prize.
Thehermitage.com is how you can get info. Thank you so much, Ann.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye-bye. A year ago, Acme Nashville closed its doors. They respected the pandemic and they shuttered their doors and stopped serving the food that we've come to love, like their hot chicken and their redneck lo mein and, of course, their sushi. But yesterday, April Fool's Day 2021, Tom Morales, the best restaurateur in Nashville, said, "We open our doors and we welcome Nashville back. Follow the protocol, follow the rules, but we're back with redneck lo mein and sushi and hot chicken and, of course, the Music City Toppers and all the great music you've come to see and hear and love at Acme. Acme Radio is full blast, and so are some of the artists that you will see. And what is so exciting, they brought back not only their staff, but they've hired on extra. Acme Nashville is back."
I'm taking care of business, woman, can't you see? I gotta make it for you, and I gotta make it for me. Don't wanna make it feel like I'm neglecting you. All I spend more time, I got so many things to do. Oh, I got work to do. I got work, baby. I got a job, baby. I got work to do, yeah. I got work to do, yeah. When I'm out here trying to make it, come on, can't you see? Oh, it takes a lot of money, let's talk truthfully. Keep your lights burning, ooh, and hot food out on my plate. You might as well get used to me coming home a little late. Oh, I got work to do. I got work, baby. I got a job, baby. I got work to do, yeah. I got work to do, yeah.
Dim lights, thick smoke, and love music is the only kind of life you'll ever understand. Dim lights, thick smoke, and love music, you'll never make a wife to a home-loving man.
There's a brand new outdoor venue coming to Thompson Station, Tennessee, the First Bank Amphitheater, that seats about 7,500 people. Later this year, it's set to open at Greystone Quarry Road. Set inside a beautiful quarry, the seats will have premium seating. Then they'll also have private boxes and season tickets and quarry side special boxes that are created to watch shows in luxury. State-of-the-art sound. Live Nation is behind it. It's very, very cool. That's coming to Thompson Station, Tennessee, later in 2021. Meet my friend Gigi Butler. She is an entrepreneur and she's an author.
Welcome to my mommy's basement. I know that there's so many people out here that knew me when I cleaned houses. I've cleaned for some of you. From that to buying my first cupcake, to believing in me on having the ability to have that one perfect store, to having a child and supporting my child on my own as a single mom, and then now the book. So there's been many people in this room that have blessed my life with so many wonderful things. And I am the blessed person in the world because I have amazing friends who have supported me through the good, through the bad, and held me to a higher standard, even when I was kind of a little crazy, and you all know I can do that. But you just have always kept me grounded, and I so appreciate all of you.
Dreams die hard. Yeah. They do. At 19, I dropped out of college. Don't recommend that to anyone. Took my second semester college money, made a demo, and moved to Nashville, the place where country music dreams are supposed to come true. That risk caused me to lose everything. I knew no one, didn't have a place to live, didn't have a job, and only had $500 left to my name. But I was just doing what I was taught. Dream big, reach for the stars, and whatever you do, do not give up. So I took the leap. I went for it. It was just a natural fit for me when I moved to Nashville to start Gigi's cleaning company over again. It wasn't easy, but it didn't matter. I was rekindling my entrepreneurial spirit. So I just went for it because I was still dreaming on that prize of the bright lights and big stages. I had dedicated my life, stayed focused, worked harder, honed my craft, met top people in the music industry. And at that moment, I knew I had to stop beating my head against the wall to create a tiny little opening when there was obviously no door, no tiny little window.
It's an Undercover Boss Valentine's event.
I'm the founder and CEO of Gigi's Cupcakes.
With sugary treats.
My cupcakes are the best thing you'll ever put in your mouth.
That are heaven sent. There'll be surprises in this special hour.
Oh my gosh.
Some are sweet.
I'm so proud of you.
But some are sour.
People tell me I'm mean. Stop. Do it again. Do it better this time.
What the fondant?
New Undercover Boss. CBS Friday.
Sometimes you have to grieve. You have to go ahead and embrace discomfort. Oh, just feel it. You know what I'm just going to say? Go ahead and just hug the cactus. Or hug it.
Hi, I'm Gigi Butler. Welcome to the Secret Ingredient Recipe Series. Today, I'm going to be making my famous, and my mother's famous, Lemon Dream Supreme Pie, but I'm going to put a twist to it. I'm going to make it with limes. It's going to be a little crazy. I don't know what's going to happen, but my friend Vivian gave me these huge bag of limes, and I'm like, why don't I just make a Lime Dream Supreme Pie? So this is what we're going to do today.
Well, I have personally always had a complicated relationship with stability. On one hand, we need routines and rhythms to flourish as people. On the other hand, stability can cause stagnation. Stagnation can suffocate dreams and new creativity. After a lifetime of losses, I was finally in this winner's circle. Man, it felt good, safe, and stable. Here's the interesting thing about dreams. They are not stable, safe, or predictable.
I have an exciting announcement today. Today, officially, we have become Gigi's Kitchen, Bakery, and Cafe. Everyone that was coming in for the last 4 months said, we didn't know you had food here. And I'm like, of course I have food. He's like, it just says pies. So Pies by Gigi is now officially Gigi's Kitchen. So come in for some Southern goodness and enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Gigi's Kitchen.
Let's remember this. We have to let go of our dreams that we had in order to realize those dreams to come. When you are truly able to do this, that's when you're going to taste sweet success. Mwah. Thank you.
And Gigi has taken her music right into her kitchen, so to speak, with her songwriter nights, where even she gets to sing every now and then.
You do just what you do. Oh, you got me going, took care of me and struck me right upon
Kitchen has eat-in options, takeout options, or take-and-bake options. It is absolutely delicious. Gigi's Kitchen is located in Brentwood. Take this with you today. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you limes, make pie. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee announced yesterday, along with the Department of Economic and Community Development Commissioner Bob Rolfe and Gap Incorporated, they announced that the global clothing line of Gap Distribution in Gallatin, Tennessee is going to expand its operations, and they are currently going to add 600 new jobs at their distribution center because they want to grow their online business to around 50% of revenue over the next 3 years. They need fulfillment, they need warehouse workers, 600 full-time jobs. That is an investment of $83 million in Middle Tennessee and in Gallatin. Wilma Glodine Rudolph was born in June of 1940 in St. Bethlehem, Tennessee, and Clarksville claimed her as their own. She was the 20th of 22 children. Her nickname Skeeter was replaced later with the Black Gazelle because this winning sprinter and world record-holding Olympian did not start out with anyone believing she would ever become a world role model for young female athletes. You see, Wilma, before becoming one of the fastest humans in the world, had to overcome polio. She didn't just have to become a fast runner, but had to regain the ability to walk at the age of 12. Her family members took turns massaging her legs and taking her to Nashville for treatment at Meharry. Gradually, with a special shoe and constant treatment, she gained the use of her legs. She trained at Tennessee State University and won a bronze medal at the 1956 Olympics. And in 1960, she won 3 gold medals and broke 3 world records. In 1962, she retired to work with underprivileged children, teaching and coaching. Later, Wilma was inducted into the U.S. Olympics Hall of Fame in 1994. She was a network publicist for Universal, television host in Indianapolis, and a sportscaster for the Olympics for ABC. She later became vice president at Baptist Hospital in Nashville before she passed away at the age of only 54. She was diagnosed with brain and throat cancer, which took her life. She has been memorialized on her own postage stamp, the subject of many documentaries, books, and films, and has her own boulevard in Clarksville, Tennessee. Her grace and determination is a testament to her will and her gift, which she shared generously with all the women who learned from her life story and her coaching.
All right, so I figured I'd make this video and make some things a little more clear. So I had a lady ask me today, she goes, Dylan, did you move back home from Nashville? Are you still doing music? Yes, I'm still living in Nashville. I'm still doing music, but we can't tour this year. We haven't toured in a whole year because of coronavirus. So it's given me a lot of downtime, and I've partnered up with a buddy of mine, Jordan Powell, and we've started a couple of businesses. And one of them is the Mosquito Guys. So we spray your yard for mosquitoes. We parties, weddings, residential, commercial, at your business. If you got mosquitoes, give us a call. We're the Mosquito Guys, and we will take care of whatever you need. And then we also started the Trash Guys, a residential trash business. And Jordan's running that over in Union Parish, West Monroe, and Calhoun. So if you need your trash taken out, call the Trash Guys. If you need your mosquito spray, call the Mosquito Guys. So we are the Mosquito Guys and the Trash Guys on Facebook. And yes, I'm going to go back touring just as soon as I can. But I think we got these businesses in very good hands with Jordan and myself, and I'm available. I may even jump on the garbage truck this week, and who knows? I'm kind of thinking I might. But I'm still doing music. I've got a new album coming out real soon, and I've got a single that's number 13 on the charts right now. It's called Nobody. So we're still rocking. I appreciate all the hometown support, y'all. It's been amazing. And check out the Trash Guys and the Mosquito Guys.
Scuff these Jordans, you can say you hate me, you can call me crazy, but don't touch my truck. Don't touch my truck.
What's up, y'all? So I'm Dylan Scott. I sing country music, if you don't know that. And if you've not put it together by now, I am one half of the Trash Guys. It's myself and my buddy Jordan Powell. And since I do sing country music, I figured I'd write a jingle for the company. So it goes something like this. Hey, what's up, West Monroe? If you're looking for a place for your trash to go, then call them boys that grew up riding down them same old roads. Yeah, they're both local. One sings vocals, that's me. Another is just a good old boy. Yes, you best believe, better call the Trash Guys. They'll pick it up from your house. Call the Trash Guys. They'll be there weekly without a doubt. Call the Trash Guys. If you got an extra bag, then put it out. If you're looking for some good old boys like that, then call the Trash Guys. For real, y'all, though, call the Trash Guys. We're a brand new company. We're growing, and we love your business. Baby, I see them boys. They always looking at you.